All right, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back. My name is Monk, and in today's video, I'm doing my top 10 Bambu Lab P2S prints and accessories that I feel like are the most useful things that I needed and that you might need for your P2S. Because just a little backstory, I first started off with the A1, the AMS system, and eventually I just started to graduate like I needed a new printer. And then when Bambu Labs dropped the P2S, I was like, I needed to get it, but I still had to wait to get it to eventually now I have both of them. I haven't did a video for my A1 because I have an enclosure set up with all kind of other neat accessories and useful things that I done did. Starting off in number one, I have the P2S Riser and the AMS Flipper. And I have the AMS 2 Pro. This allows me to raise up the glass on top of the P2S and also raise up the AMS 2 Pro and be able to flip it. So whenever I need to take the glass top off or do any kind of things from above the P2S, it doesn't allow the tube on the inside when it's printing to rub up on the glass because it raised the glass up a little higher and give you a better viewpoint. This print here took about 11 hours to print. I printed it in space gray PETG. It kind of gives me a blend to match the color of the P2S itself. It just gives a whole new look and a whole new feel to the P2S. Coming in at number two is the VentoBox. This here is basically a air purifier that attached to the side, the left side of the printer. It allows to first purify the air after you done with a print. You can put a HEPA air filter in there to help better circulate the air inside. So then the air that's being exhausted from it isn't bothering you, because I have the P2S set up in my living room, which basically is turned into an office. It allows me to not only knowing that I can print without any harmful particles or smell coming around, because I also have two dogs. I don't want that bothering me and them as we're sitting around in the house when it's printing. When I'm not at the house and I have the printer running, it doesn't affect them. This here is a very, very useful. I got it from Voxel PLA. You could print it your own. They have the files on the Bambu app, but I felt like it was much more easier to just buy the whole set from them. It's an easy setup. And then just change a few settings up on your screen inside the system. So, and coming in at number three, I have this rear cover, which I printed in ABS. It took about 4 hours to print. This here has two functions. One, a better look. It hides the cables, and it also acts as like a dust cover when the nozzle is wiping itself, or when it's printed, it's not flicking filament to the back. So coming in next, I have this P2S Bypass Splitter for being able to print with TPU. I can use this to feed the AMS 2 Pro and also the TPU going in two different ways. So then, because you can't use TPU with AMS, which you're not supposed to. I know some people do, but you're not supposed to, because it can affect the quality of the AMS and just a lot of things can happen. It's your TPU, which I use a Creality filament dryer, and if my TPU stays in that, it feeds from there through the bypass splitter. So then it can go into the P2S, which probably should have been higher on my list. It's the P2S Exhaust System. So all in one combo. First, I printed it in PETG. It took about 9.5, 10 hours to print. Basically, it's the exhaust system for the rear exhaust, and it also is a poop chute. A lot of the exhaust comes from the poop chute as well because it's so open. It connects over both the poop chute exhaust and the actual fan is also on the back, to where now I can have that going into my air purifier that's connected to both of my printers. Like I said, it only takes about 9.5, 10 hours to print, because you print in 3 different pieces. The different angles on which you work. You can have your exhaust coming out. I have mine coming out to the left, so then that way I can push the P2S a little bit further back on the counter without it, hitting up against the wall. And then you also have to print the poop chute, which is just a little box that slides on and off. And another useful print I have is the belt dust covers that go on the back. These takes no time to print. The belt's not getting dust on it. It's not collecting any kind of debris or anything that affects the belt. So then when you have to go and clean it, it's less worrying. I printed these in also in PETG. I'm using the same space gray for a lot of these prints. This took about 30 minutes to print. And next up I have is this door latch here. Is very, very useful because the original door latch is so small. So this here gives a little bit more function. And also if you wanted to be able to prop it open. You know, say you wanted more airflow when you're printing something that needs a little bit more airflow, you can have this latch on the side panel to give it a little bit more airflow if you want. So I think this is a very useful print. Coming in next, going back to the inside of the printer, I have this Auxiliary Fan Diffuser. It basically diffuses the airflow that comes out the side fan from blowing directly onto the build plate. That can one time cause warping, or it can actually blow the print off the bed. So this here diffuses the air up and outward. They have different angles that you can get it. You can have it going down, out to the sides, and also just below it, I have another diffuser, which is for the hot air that blows in from the side panel as well. And this here blows the hot air a little bit more spread to build a little bit more heat on the inside. And these two here, I feel like are quick little easy prints, printed in ABS, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Doesn't take no time to print those out. And lastly, it's a little trash bin, you know. Here I can throw all the little waste from probably any kind of, like maybe a failed print or starter line that the P2S makes, and I can just dump it all into there. Any other kind of debris, and like in my work area, there's any kind of things I took apart, any kind of plastic parts that I don't need anymore, I could dump it here. And then when I need to go take everything to the trash can, I can just take this with me fully and just dump it out whenever I needed to. So these were my top 10 P2S prints. I know the last one had nothing completely to do with the P2S, but it's much needed. So stay tuned. I will eventually do one for my A1 printer, as far as the enclosure and everything I have with it. And also, if you can like, comment, subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.